the conclusion. So with an introduction, we are trying to grab their attention, make them realise this is where I want to go, this is for me, this is for my business. Two things we're trying to do with the conclusion. To highlight the key points that we want them to take away, perhaps repeating what we've already talked about, just one sentence. And then in your conclusion, you have to accomplish your overall objective. So if you are making the phone call and your overall objective is for them to sign up to something, you want it to be absolutely clear with your final words. And so that sounds to me from our conversation like what you're after. This is how you sign up for it. Done. If you're making a sales pitch, you've made clear to them, so as we've said, for this reason and this reason, this is absolutely the product for your business. This is how we get it to you. Something like that. But you are stating the main points and you are motivating them in the direction you then want them to go. It is true in every setting in life, in conversations, in presentations, in meetings. The thing that is said last is remembered the longest. And so it's possible that if you screw up the last two sentences, it will reduce the effectiveness of everything that has gone before. Whereas, if you nail the last couple of sentences, it will increase the impact of everything that you've just said. And that's why you write it out word for word, and that's why we practice aloud as we go. Because you will get used to you saying those words. And so it might be that for different clients, the body of your presentation is different, but the introduction and conclusion always follow a similar sort of pattern. And you just get used to looking into someone's eyes and saying these words, because that's where all the impact is.
So it's written down as a reminder, would that not, because I would hate to have that only written down, and then because it's the most important part, I do put my head down, and I've lost everyone.
So that's why we practice aloud. So it is written down as a fallback, because while delivering it into their eyes is the ideal, reading it out is still better than being stood there and not really knowing how I'm winding this up. It is very much just a fallback, but have it there.
Because obviously you've got your outline and you can see it all the time, and then so it should come, if you practiced it should.
So in your 45-minute setting, you're unlikely to need that written out from what you've told me. But in general, for longer, have something. Just a couple of sentences.
Yeah.
And what is said last is remembered the longest. What is seen last is remembered the longest as well. That's the thing that's going to be on the screen at the end. That's the point that you want them to take away. So make sure your final slide is connected to your objective. That your final slide makes clear, this is why their business needs this, and this is what they do. And you want your closing words to have a note of finality about it. And that's the danger when you haven't prepared exactly what you're going to say at the end, is you kind of know, right, my time's running out here, I'm kind of finishing, and it's as if everything starts winding down, as if the landing gear on your aeroplane is now coming out, and your voice is slightly fading away, and then thanks very much for your time. And what was the point of the previous 10 minutes? Whereas if you, right, I know what I'm going to conclude with, I get there, and you pause, you look them in the eye, you increase your volume, you say it slowly but with a note of finality and conviction, you have absolutely nailed a presentation.